Right now, you are running an expensive subconscious software distortion that treats your absolute best achievements as an active crime scene. The exact millisecond someone validates your work, a localized panic attacks your brain, whispering that you are a total fraud who just got incredibly lucky. You waste hours over-preparing for standard tasks, fully convinced that one single, tiny error will completely collapse your entire identity. Why does the human mind construct this self-sabotaging prison, forcing highly competent people to live in constant terror of being unmasked? Clinical psychologists call this destructive neurological trap imposter syndrome, and if you don't discover how to disable this loop, you will remain a permanent hostage to your own progress, refusing massive opportunities simply because you assume you don't belong in the room. This emotional blindness is driven by a deep evolutionary survival defense engine designed to avoid tribal mismatch. To uncover why our brains violently reject our own competence, we must witness the historic 1978 breakthrough discovery at Oberlin College. Psychologists Pauline Clance and Suzanne Imes scanned over 100 highly successful women, expecting to map out supreme confidence. Instead, the clinical interviews revealed a shocking reality: despite holding massive degrees and executive power, they believed they were frauds. They attributed their entire success to accidental timing, clerical errors, or simply manipulating people into thinking they were smart. The scans exposed a fundamental biological truth: your brain processes objective data and emotional feelings inside entirely separate networks. When a competent person succeeds, the analytical brain stores the victory, but the primitive amygdala screams in panic. It whispers, "We are climbing too high in the social hierarchy. If the group catches us leading, they will challenge us and throw us to the predators." For over 200,000 years, staying at the safe, mediocre center of the tribe was the primary shield humans had against extinction. High status meant high visibility, and high visibility made you a primary target for jealous rivals and external combat. This ancient software constructs a highly frustrating modern paradox: the phenomenon where the smarter you get, the falker you feel. In psychology, this relates to the Dunning-Kruger effect. Incompetent people think they are geniuses because they don't know enough to see their flaws. But as you acquire real expertise, your field of vision expands, and you realize exactly how much you still don't know. You falsely assume that because a task feels easy to you, it must be completely easy to everyone else in the room. You operate under the devastating illusion that you are uniquely flawed, while everyone else possesses a flawless manual for adult life. Yet, your primitive survival hardware continues to flag your competence as a threat, flooding your system with cortisol spikes. You stay emotionally paralyzed inside this phantom courtroom, slowly burying your true, authentic power day after day. You burn your limited daily currency running a non-stop optimization script, trying to mask an incompetence that doesn't actually exist. This constant mental auditing constructs a highly restrictive invisible cage around your current choices. You want to accept a promotion, launch an ambitious venture, or charge higher prices for your creative talent. But before you can accept the win, the hypervigilant fraud sensor sweeps across your cortex, scanning for exposure. It fabricates detailed internal scripts of a future meeting where experts point fingers at you and cast you out of the office. Your biological system interprets this imaginary exposure as a literal threat of tribal abandonment and physical death. So to keep you safe from that ghost danger, your mind paralyzes your growth, keeping you secure. You become a passive spectator in your own life story, watching uncalculated, lesser-skilled people confidently take risks and win. You spend your valuable daily currency hiding inside a shadow, simply because you assume you are an uninvited guest at the table. So, how do we enforce a permanent ceasefire in this internal war? How do we smash the imposter cage once and for all? The ultimate revelation requires a radical shift in perspective. You must realize that everyone is completely winging it. Your brain is panicking because it is running an ancient software patch. It doesn't realize that in the modern world, feeling like a fake is actually proof of your high competence. The next time you sit in a boardroom and feel the heavy weight of phantom exposure, do not try to violently act perfect. Instead, ground your nervous system using a clinical technique called competence decoupling. Separate your internal emotions from your objective outputs. Tell your body, the fear is just an evolutionary echo. The results are real. This simple data pivot instantly breaks the circuit, crashing the fraud loop and setting your true power free. Open the lock. Step into your actual strength. If you want to see more of these deep psychological breakdowns, hit that subscribe button right now, and drop a comment below sharing a time your brain tried to trick you. Keep breathing. The world needs your mind at peace. Take care, bye-bye, and see you soon.